Welcome to DJC Cars. Obviously my name's Daniel Colquitt, and we run DJC Motorsport and run the Radical. First round time attack, Cadwell Park. What can I say really? Interesting experience. Only ever driven around the track as a passenger, which was a week before. We actually did book on to do the time attack test day with time attack, but unfortunately we ended up blowing up the car on the way up there, which meant I didn't get an opportunity to actually drive it around the track. So we managed to limp it home, and then it was plan B really. We had James and Jason at Cyber Orchard. They had planned to do a track day, which they said to me, Dan, do you want to come up? We're going to take the GTR up there. They've got the McLaren and the time attack Astra VXR. So I said, yeah, why not? We'll jump on there and we'll go around and see what it's like. So fortunately for me, we had Jason taking me around in the 700 horsepower GTR. And to be honest, I think that moment then is what I thought to myself, we've got to have a go at this round. We've got to have a go at round one. So I was straight on the phone to Tim on the lunch break. I was just sitting down to have my dinner, and I quickly phoned him and said, 1 week out, can you get the car ready and meet me at Cadwell on the Monday? And he was like, right, let me see what I can do. Rung me that evening and said, Dan, we can do it. It's going to be tight because we haven't got the new tyres on the car, because that was what we was out at Silverstone testing. I think it was around about February time, and we ended up flat spotting the tyres and going off the track. So we didn't actually have an opportunity to get the tyres sorted before the first warm-up session, because that night when Tim arrived, we took the car down for scrutineering, and unfortunately for us, we did have a list to get done on the car before we could put the car onto the track. So we had no wrist restraints to stop my arms from flying out of the open top car. We had no headlights, which for us was a massive one. We didn't think we was ever going to get that done in time to be able to get back out. And unfortunately we had no rear brakes either. The lights, which was down to a simple brake switch, which luckily for us, Tim had been racing the last couple of days and he had a spare one on the lorry. So it was lastminute.com. We got the brake switch done. We got the brakes working. We had, there was a guy there that was running a Clio, a blue Clio. Can't remember his name, but well done you. He supplied us with some eBay headlights, and then Tim jumped straight on it. And I think we were done by about 9:30, 10 o'clock the night before. So it was literally all hands on deck to get the car ready. And then we were on our way for the next day. So on to the first day. So very, very nervous. It looked like the day was actually going to be quite a good sunny day. So we decided to go out in the first warm-up session with the flat spotted tyres, which was interesting down the straight. I forgot what it felt like to run over rumble strips at 120 odd mile an hour. So yeah, that was interesting to do that down the straights. We decided to run the tyres again for the second session, just so we can get a feel of what the car was doing, and then we would put the new set on for the qualifying and then into the final. But unfortunately, the heavens opened. And we only actually got 2 practice sets. I think there was only sort of like 16 laps that we actually did on the tyres before we had to switch across to the wet tyres. Now for us, you know, never driven that car on Pirelli wets before. We had a damp day at Donington when I first bought the car, where I was running the Dunlop wets, and to be honest, they were pretty good. So I didn't think it was going to take too much to get used to the Pirelli wets, and to my amazement really, I felt more comfortable on the Pirelli wets than I did on the medium compound slicks. So, you know, I reported that back to Tim. Tim said we could go a bit faster, we can push a bit harder, but I think the problem that we had is we would do a couple of laps and then we'd have an incident where the lap was compromised. And to be fair, I've spoken to a lot of people who who competed that day, and I don't think the times really were where anyone expected to be, because I think there was just so much going on the track. So, you know, we would have flags, we'd have people going off, we would have oil on the track, we would have people with broken cars going around very, very slowly, compromising on everything that we did, trying to get the most out of the car. So we sort of like, we did a couple of laps where we were just starting to find our feet, and that's the same for everybody. And then we would have to come in, the tyres would start to cool down, my brakes would cool down, and in the car that I'm in, it needs the heat in the tyres and it needs the heat in the brakes, otherwise it's just like driving an ice skate. And you can see that in some of the video footage. We were literally all over the place. So for us, we took a lot away from it so that we could be ready for maybe the next round. So, you know, tyre warmers is an absolute necessity on a car like ours. So I learned the hard way at Cadwell, trying to drive a car that was pretty much like an ice skate. And then as soon as we got some heat into it and it was just starting to find its feet, we would be slowed down again, or we would have to, you know, be red flagged while they tried to sort the track out. So I think we learned an awful lot that day, and you know, I think, you know, hats off to everybody involved. You know, there's a lot of people that turn around and say, you know, they can do this and they can do that, but when you're actually on the track and actually having to do it, it's a whole new ball game. It really is. You know, I've done many laps on a simulator. Trying to put that onto a track, it's definitely different. You know, you don't get to, you know, the speed transition, you don't get the weight transfer, you certainly don't get the concept if you crash it, it's going to cost you a fortune to fix it. So for me, it was a combination of a lot of things. But, you know, we're looking forward to Brands. We're definitely going to be better equipped this time than we was last time. I have only done Brands once in the Radical, and that was basically just as a track day, for taking people around and having a bit of a laugh with my mates. So, you know, I've got to put all that behind me, and hopefully see what a fresh set of Pirelli mediums will do for us. On the simulator, it seems like I can do very, very well. It's different in real world. So hopefully, anyone who wants to join us, we are there Sunday the 9th of June. I'm sure there'll be a crowd of a lot of people. I'm hearing some massive numbers for cars wanting to turn up who haven't done Cadwell, so there's going to be a lot to prove for a lot of people. Good thing for me is I'm still learning. The car is very, very capable. It's just trying to get the best out of me, as Tim keeps saying, and judging by my my dry lines from Cadwell, there's a fair bit to learn. So yeah, it's all going to be fun. But like I say, hope to see everybody on the 9th of June. I've been speaking to a few of the competitors here and there just to see how things are going, and everyone's looking forward to it. So if we've got the weather, I'm sure it'll be an absolute spectacle for everybody involved. So join us on the 9th of June. Thank you. And we also want to say a massive thank you to everybody involved. There was quite a few people that was wishing me luck, and you know, you've done very, very well, and it was really nice to see. And all of this couldn't have been possible without the help of everybody involved, the sponsors. You know, we've got DJC Cars who are helping us out. We've got Warranty Solutions Limited also helping us out. We've got Open Track, we've got Dave Woodall on board with us. We've got Terry over at Blank Canvas. We've got Tim Gray Motorsport. We've got RLM Racing, so the guys over there who do the engine work for us, and they do a variety of things. I've seen turbo kits being built, I've seen some crazy off-road buggies being built, and it's definitely pushing me towards having some more work done from Richard and the guys over there. So it's really forcing me to sort of want to step up my own game to be able to start putting some more power into the situation. But yeah, the guys that do the video work, we've got Paul, Ashley, photography, fantastic videos, always at the end of the phone if you need anything. Fantastic work from those guys. And just, you know, I've probably missed a few people out. You know, we've got Stormcatcher, who I've been speaking to recently, a guy called Phil. He wants to come on board for the next round. He's a business lawyer, so deals with anything to do with business related issues. He's the man. So a massive thank you to him. I'll probably miss some more people out, but as you can see, I'm sort of buzzing for the next round, but quietly nervous at the same time. So like I said before, if we can get you guys there on the 9th of June, come and say hello. I might need a hug or maybe like a cuddle, because it looks like it's going to be a big day. So anyone, we'll see you on the 9th of June. Thank you.